Have you ever felt slightly unwell after drinking water first thing in the morning? Perhaps you experienced bloating, heaviness, or even mild nausea? If so, you're certainly not alone. Many people unknowingly make basic errors when hydrating in the morning that can leave them feeling worse, particularly as we age. We all understand that hydration is essential for feeling energized, but what if our approach is flawed? In today's article, I'll guide you through 5 common mistakes most people make with their morning water routine. The reality is that hydration practices that served you well in your 30s or 40s might not be optimal in your 60s and beyond. Our bodies evolve, and our hydration habits should adapt accordingly. By the time you finish reading, you'll have a clear understanding of proper morning hydration and how to avoid these all too common mistakes. I'll share straightforward yet impactful adjustments that can make your mornings more comfortable and help you begin your day with enhanced energy and mental clarity. Whether it's the temperature of your water or your drinking technique, these minor changes could significantly improve how you feel. If you want to boost your morning energy, feel better overall, and ensure you're caring for your body appropriately, keep reading. You might be surprised by how profoundly your morning hydration routine affects your daily well-being. Don't miss these simple yet effective tips. Your body will thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and activate notifications so you won't miss future articles. Your support means everything to me, and if you find this information valuable, you can help me continue sharing these important lessons by liking and sharing this article. If you enjoy this topic, please comment with a 1. If not, please comment with a 0 to help me understand how to create better content for you. Now let's begin. Mistake number 1. Drinking ice-cold water on an empty stomach. Let me ask you something that might resonate. Have you ever taken that refreshing sip of cold water first thing in the morning, only to feel your stomach twist uncomfortably or experience a chill running through your chest? Perhaps you've even felt lightheaded or noticed a headache developing shortly afterward. Most of us dismiss these sensations, assuming they're temporary or unrelated. But here's something important to consider. That icy water you're consuming, on an empty stomach, especially right after waking, delivers a shock to your system that your body isn't prepared to handle. During sleep, our bodies enter a quiet, restorative state. It's like a gentle pause from the world's chaos. Our organs slow down, digestive systems rest, and blood vessels naturally constrict slightly. This isn't problematic. It's how we heal and restore ourselves overnight. But then morning arrives, and instead of gently awakening our bodies with warmth or gentle movement, we shock them with ice-cold water. Imagine pressing the accelerator on a car that's still warming up. It doesn't feel right, does it? It's like giving your body a jolt, causing stomach muscles to contract, blood vessels to narrow further, and forcing your system into overdrive before it's fully awake. For older adults, this sudden stress can be particularly taxing because our bodies don't recover as quickly from such shocks anymore. When we were younger, cold water might have felt invigorating, like a wake-up call that made us feel alive. But as we age, our metabolism slows and our circulation becomes more sensitive. Our bodies simply can't handle extremes as they once did. That formerly refreshing ice-cold water may now make us feel worse, not better. Water itself isn't the issue. It's the temperature that matters. Early in the day, when your body is still transitioning from the relaxed pace of sleep, cold water can be too jarring for your system. Let me tell you about Rebecca, who, like many of us, thought she was doing the right thing by drinking ice-cold water every morning. Rebecca, 74 and still mentally sharp, used to enjoy that chilly drink. She believed it helped clear her throat and energize her day. But gradually she noticed her hands feeling cold, her stomach cramping, and a general sense of discomfort. Her digestion became sluggish, and mornings turned into a struggle. It wasn't until her healthcare provider suggested switching to room temperature water that things began to improve. Within just a week, Rebecca's mornings felt completely different. The stomach cramps and cold hands disappeared. She felt more balanced, more comfortable, and her digestion improved significantly. It was a minor, simple change, simply allowing the water to reach room temperature, but it transformed her day. This serves as a powerful reminder. Just because something worked for us previously doesn't mean it will continue to serve us well. Our bodies deserve more gentleness now. After all, they've carried us through decades of life with all its challenges. The least we can do is offer them a more considerate approach to something as fundamental as drinking water. If you habitually reach for ice-cold water first thing in the morning, consider trying room temperature water instead. Test it for a few days and notice how your body responds. You might be amazed at how much more comfortable and peaceful your mornings become. Your body has earned that kindness. Mistake number 2, drinking water too quickly or in large gulps. I understand the temptation. When you wake up feeling parched with your mouth seemingly devoid of moisture, the impulse to quickly consume that glass of water is strong. It feels satisfying, almost like a small victory. You think, better to just get it done, right? But here's the problem. When you drink too quickly, especially immediately after waking, you aren't doing your body any favors. In fact, you might be disrupting your entire system without realizing it. Let me paint a picture. When you first open your eyes in the morning, your body is still transitioning from its restful state. Your heart is gradually increasing its pace. Your blood pressure is adjusting to a new day, and your stomach hasn't fully awakened yet. It's as if your body is still stretching and yawning, trying to find its rhythm after hours of rest. And then, without warning, you consume an entire glass of water in one go. That rush of liquid can shock your system. The sudden influx can cause your stomach to expand too rapidly, resulting in bloating, nausea, dizziness, or even an unusual flutter in your chest. You might wonder, what's happening? I only drank water. But the real issue isn't the water itself. It's how rapidly you're consuming it. When you gulp water too quickly, your body doesn't have time to adjust. Your kidneys, designed to process fluid slowly and steadily, must work overtime to handle the sudden influx. Your delicate electrolyte balance gets disrupted, potentially affecting your entire system. This is particularly true for older adults, whose bodies tend to be more sensitive to such rapid changes. It's like triggering a chain reaction that leaves you feeling unsteady and uncomfortable for hours. I want to share a story that illustrates this point. Thomas, a 71-year-old retired teacher, had a habit of waking up and immediately drinking an entire bottle of water before even getting out of bed. He considered it a healthy, disciplined habit to feel good about. But here's the catch. On some mornings, he would suddenly feel lightheaded and dizzy, which was concerning. It didn't happen every time, but frequently enough to worry him. After discussing this with his physician, they identified the cause. It wasn't his health or his age. It was the speed and volume of his water intake. His body simply wasn't given enough time to adjust to the sudden influx of liquid. The solution was a simple shift in his drinking habits. He decided to sip slowly, extending his water consumption over 15-20 minutes instead of gulping it all at once. The results were remarkable. The dizziness disappeared, his mornings became more peaceful, his energy levels stabilized, and his day flowed better overall. No medications or complicated changes were needed, just a small adjustment in how he approached his water intake. That minor change made all the difference. If you're still reading and finding these insights useful, please comment 1 below to let me know you're still with me. Here's something to consider. Your body doesn't want a flood when you wake up. It prefers a gentle stream. It's asking you to treat it with care. So tomorrow, instead of rushing through that glass of water, try slowing down. Sit up. Take a deep breath and savor each sip. Give your body the time it needs to wake up, to process, to hydrate without feeling overwhelmed. You don't need to race against the clock. It's a moment to care for yourself. If you've been hastily consuming your water in the mornings, simply slow down tomorrow and notice how it feels. Sometimes the smallest change can profoundly affect how your body responds. Don't we all deserve a little more mindfulness in our mornings? Mistake number 3, drinking from plastic bottles left out. Overnight. This one resonates with many people, especially if you like keeping a water bottle nearby, such as on your nightstand. I understand, it's convenient, familiar, and feels like a simple, healthy habit. Many of us do it. Fill a bottle, leave it beside the bed, and drink from it throughout the night or first thing in the morning. It seems like the right approach, doesn't it? But here's something crucial that most people don't realize. Drinking water from plastic bottles that have been sitting out overnight, particularly in a warm room, can expose you to harmful chemicals you don't want in your body. Though it might seem harmless, especially when the water appears clear and fresh, the plastic bottle may be leaching harmful substances into the water as it sits. The water's appearance doesn't matter. It's the invisible chemical danger we need to consider. 1. Major culprit is BPA, commonly found in older or lower quality plastic bottles. Even if your bottle claims to be BPA-free, don't feel completely reassured. Many plastics contain other similar chemicals that function like BPA, potentially interfering with your body's natural hormones. I don't know about you, but when considering my health, the last thing I want is something disrupting my hormonal balance. As we age, our bodies become increasingly sensitive, and our hormonal equilibrium grows more fragile. Perhaps you're already managing thyroid issues, monitoring blood pressure, or trying to maintain stable blood sugar levels. When these foreign chemicals enter your system, even in small amounts, they can interfere with your body's regulatory mechanisms. You might not notice immediate effects, but over time, these chemicals can accumulate, gradually causing problems. The signs are subtle at first. Perhaps you begin feeling constantly tired, unusually moody, bloated, or just off, leaving you wondering why you feel this way. But the answer could be right in front of you. Let me share a story about a man named Howard. At 78, Howard always made sure to drink plenty of water. For years, he'd fill a plastic bottle with tap water, place it beside his bed, and sip it throughout the night, a routine he believed was healthy. But after several months, changes began. He experienced frequent headaches, digestive issues, and persistent fatigue despite adequate sleep. Initially, nothing seemed different in his life. His diet remained consistent. He took his medications as prescribed, but something wasn't right. His doctor ran tests without finding anything alarming, leaving Howard confused and concerned. It wasn't until he consulted a nutritionist that the truth emerged. His plastic bottle was the culprit. The bottle, refilled, reused, and kept near a warm lamp every night, was leaching chemicals into his water, gradually affecting his health. The solution was simple. Howard switched to a glass bottle and, instead of repeatedly refilling the same bottle, began pouring fresh water each morning. Within just a few weeks, his headaches diminished, his energy returned, and he felt more like himself than he had in months. I'm not suggesting that a single sip from a plastic bottle will harm your health. That's not the case. But consider this. If you drink from that same plastic bottle day after day, week after week, month after month, those small amounts of chemicals begin to accumulate. You might not feel immediate effects, but your body must work harder to process them. Your liver, kidneys, and hormonal system all bear the burden of these chemicals. For older adults, any additional stress on the body matters significantly. It's not something we can ignore. If you currently have a plastic bottle on your nightstand, I encourage you to make a small but powerful change. Upgrade to a glass or stainless steel bottle and refill it with fresh water each morning. This may seem like a simple habit change, but it could significantly impact your health. Imagine how much better your body will feel without those insidious chemicals. It's an easy switch that could bring more peace and vitality to your life. Ultimately, isn't that what we all want? To feel good, to feel vibrant, and to know we're doing everything possible to care for ourselves as we age? Take that first step today. Your body will thank you. Mistake number 4. Drinking water on a very full or very empty stomach. After certain medications, consider your typical morning routine. You get out of bed, perhaps still groggy from sleep, and immediately reach for your medication followed by a glass of water. This seems appropriate, doesn't it? It's almost automatic. After all, your doctor likely instructed you to take your medication with water. Simple, logical, practical. But what's often overlooked, rarely mentioned, is the how, when, and how much water you should drink, and more importantly, whether food should be part of the equation. This small, seemingly insignificant detail can dramatically affect your well-being, yet it's so easy to miss. Let me explain. When you drink too much water too quickly, especially on an empty stomach right after taking medication, it can trigger various unpleasant symptoms. Imagine experiencing a sudden wave of nausea, bloating that makes your stomach feel distended, or even heartburn. The issue isn't just the water, it's the timing and the empty stomach that create problems. Your stomach lining may become irritated and the medication might not absorb properly. It's a subtle but significant disruption that your body may struggle to manage. Conversely, if you've just eaten a large breakfast and washed down your pills with a substantial glass of water, that can also cause problems, particularly with medications specifically intended to be taken on an empty stomach. Timing matters more than we often realize. Our digestive system, resilient as it may seem, is actually quite delicate, more fragile than we typically acknowledge. In the morning, it's still waking up. Hormones are adjusting, acidity levels are fluctuating, and when you introduce medications followed by excessive water, it's like asking your system to handle more than it can manage. Your body might protest, "Wait, I wasn't ready for that," and discomfort follows. Consider Patricia's experience. At 80, she had followed the same routine for years, taking her thyroid medication, drinking a large glass of water, waiting a while, then having breakfast. But unexpectedly, she began feeling queasy. Nothing had changed, no new medications, no dietary changes, and her blood work showed normal results. Yet the nausea persisted inexplicably. Finally, her doctor inquired about her water consumption, which revealed the issue. She had been drinking too much water too quickly after taking her medication. Her stomach couldn't accommodate it, causing her discomfort. After making a small but significant adjustment, Patricia began taking just enough water to swallow her pill, then waiting 45 minutes before breakfast. The nausea disappeared. Her follow-up blood work even showed improvement. This wasn't a drastic change, but a simple adjustment that made a tremendous difference. Her medication worked more effectively, and her mornings became more comfortable. What can you learn from this? Start by paying attention to how your body responds after taking medication. If you experience queasiness, mental fog, or discomfort in the mornings, don't automatically attribute it to your medication or age. It could be your approach, particularly how you're drinking water. If you consistently feel uncomfortable, try smaller sips, space out your meals, and most importantly, avoid overwhelming your stomach with water immediately after taking pills. Allow your body time to adjust. Sometimes, improvement doesn't require major changes, just being gentler with your routine. By attending to these small details, you can enhance how you feel and give yourself the gift of a peaceful, less stressful start to your day. Your health is precious and warrants taking a moment to reconsider these simple daily habits. You deserve practices that make you feel good without causing discomfort or frustration. With minor adjustments, you can achieve this. Mistake number 5. Skipping breakfast and replacing it with only water. Let's be candid for a moment. There's an overwhelming amount of advice available today, coming from every corner of the internet, and it can feel overwhelming. You've probably heard trendy recommendations like, just drink water in the morning, skip breakfast, or let your body fast. While these approaches might work for some people, particularly younger individuals or those committed to strict health regimens, they don't always meet the needs of older adults. Trust me, starting your day with nothing but water and skipping breakfast can have a subtle yet profound effect on your body and energy levels over time. Consider this. When you wake up, your body has already been fasting for 8-10 hours during sleep. During that time, your blood sugar has decreased, your energy stores are depleted, and your brain craves the nutrients it needs to function optimally. Your muscles also require essential fuel to remain strong and flexible. So when you consume only water without any food, you might initially feel fine, but as hours pass, changes begin. You might experience fatigue, shakiness, or mental cloudiness. Perhaps you become irritable or your energy plummets mid-morning. It's easy to misinterpret these feelings as stress or insufficient sleep, but they could very well result from inadequate nourishment. I'm not suggesting water isn't important, it absolutely is. Water helps rehydrate your body, which is essential. But let's be realistic. Water cannot replace the nutrients your body needs to truly thrive. Think about it. If you follow that glass of water with coffee and nothing else, you're not setting yourself up for success. You're stimulating your system without establishing a solid foundation. Over time, this only makes everything more difficult. It's like attempting to drive a car without fuel. It might start momentarily, but it won't go far. If you're still reading and finding these insights valuable, please comment 2 below to let me know you're still with me. Let me tell you about Sophia. At 69, she's mentally sharp and fiercely independent. Sophia had read extensively about intermittent fasting and thought it offered a straightforward way to streamline her mornings. So she eliminated breakfast, consuming only water until noon. Initially, she noticed some weight loss and thought, "This is working." But before long, something began to shift. Her mood declined, her memory weakened, and she found herself repeating things unconsciously. Her daughter, ever observant, noticed the change and gently suggested Sophia consult her doctor. The medical examination revealed no serious health issues but identified the problem. Sophia wasn't providing her body with necessary morning fuel. Her brain was operating on empty, and it showed. Once Sophia decided to incorporate a light breakfast, nothing elaborate, just a boiled egg, a slice of toast, and some fruit, everything began to change almost magically. Her energy returned, her mind cleared, and she felt steadier physically. It was as if a switch had been flipped, and she became more like herself than she had been in months. I want to emphasize this point. Less is not always better, especially regarding morning nutrition. Yes, water is crucial to a healthy routine, but your body deserves more than mere hydration to function properly. It needs real, substantial fuel, something that nourishes your muscles, sharpens your mind, and maintains your strength. A bit of protein, some fiber, something that provides energy to face the day. If you've been skipping breakfast thinking it somehow helps you, I challenge you to try something different tomorrow. Add just a small item to your routine. Perhaps a handful of nuts, a small bowl of oatmeal, or even a fruit smoothie. You'll be amazed at how much better you feel when you give your body what it needs. Suddenly, the mental fog lifts. Your mood stabilizes, and you have the clarity to handle whatever comes your way. And here's something worth reflecting on. It's fascinating how something as simple as water, something we've consumed for years, can feel so different as we age. It's not that water has changed. We have. Our bodies have become wiser, more attuned to their needs, and they ask us to listen more carefully than before. Our bodies communicate with us, but are we listening? This conversation isn't meant to frighten you or dictate your actions. It's about awareness, being attuned to the small things that can significantly impact our daily lives. When we notice subtle changes like feeling bloated, anxious, or just off in the mornings, it's not necessarily a sign of something seriously wrong. Often, it's a gentle indication that perhaps your routine needs slight adjustment. So maybe tomorrow you'll decide to make changes. Perhaps you'll choose room temperature water instead of cold. Maybe you'll slow down and savor each sip rather than gulping it quickly. Perhaps you'll replace that old plastic bottle with a fresh glass one, because why not treat yourself with extra care? Or maybe, just maybe, you'll pair your water with a simple breakfast, just enough to fuel your body, give it what it deserves, and start your day strong. Think about how small changes, like adding just a bit of nourishment in the morning, can profoundly affect how we feel and function throughout the day. I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned today that you plan to implement in your own life? Share it in the comments below. Let's start a conversation and support each other on this journey to feeling our best. If you enjoyed this article, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content like this. Thanks for reading, and I'll see you in the next one.